Hey everyone, Decent Eddie here. It is Saturday, July 12th, 2025. Right now, my confident moneyline picks for WNBA are sitting at 79%, and across all WNBA picks for the entire season, I'm at 63%. Not great, not awful, kind of better than average, and I'm okay with it. It's my first time doing this. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell for daily picks before tip-off on the day of the game. And remember, always check matchup and injury news about 20 minutes before tip-off, before you finalize your picks, okay? My goal is to help you make more informed decisions. While my data set focuses on moneyline picks, my analysis can be useful for spread and over-under bets. Let's get into today's games. Lynx headed to Chicago, the best city on earth, to play the Sky. Lynx get a suboptimal moneyline pick with a differential of a 2.973 by my data. That's a 66% chance for the Lynx to win, according to my data matrix that I use. The market has the Lynx as 12.5 point favorites on the spread. On the money line, the Lynx are, it's an implied 88% chance to win for the Lynx. So while the books and I agree, we don't agree to the same degree. All right. As for the total points, the over-under, last I looked anyway, was 150.5 points. The Lynx sit at the very top of our performance matrix, where they're kind of holding hands with the Mercury. They're seen as among the league's elite. The league's elite. Depends on who you ask. The Sky, they are kind of in the middle, kind of on the lower part of the middle of my data, which underscores a significant gap in overall team strength in my data and the official league data too. Friends, we already know the Lynx are clearly a powerhouse. Nobody needs to tell you that if you've been following the league this season. This is highlighted by their stellar 18-3 record. They have a suffocating defense. Offensively, they're not necessarily high octane, but they get the job done. They are incredibly efficient. However, we've seen a cautionary tale here developing. In their last outing against the Sky, the Lynx were 14.5 point favorites and only managed to win by 5, failing to cover that large spread. Plus, the recent road form has been a bit shakier than one might expect. They've got Kayla McBride, she's in a scoring slump. It happens. It happens to everybody. They also tend to send opponents to the free throw line a lot. That gives these opponents a few extra scoring opportunities. That can close the gap. The Sky, the record is 6-13. It isn't inspiring. They are coming off kind of a confidence-boosting win, and there are some qualitative factors in their favor here. The undisputed leader is Angel Reese, lover or not. She is a dominant force on the boards who leads the league in rebounding or me-bounding. Whatever you want to call it, that equals more chances to score. You don't have to like what she does. I might not like what she does. Maybe I do. That's not really any of your business. But one thing is for sure, you get extra opportunities. That's a thing. Her physical bully ball style could really exploit the Lynx more perimeter-oriented scorers. We also saw Rebecca Allen explode for 27 points off the bench in the last game, providing potential scoring. Who knows? Anything could happen. While their overall offense struggles with consistency and turnovers, they're excellent offensive rebounders. This gives them those second chance opportunities that I mentioned. But the reality is, Sky have yet to beat a team with a winning percentage above 40%. Sad trombone sounds. Anyway, considering all this data, both quantitatively and qualitatively, the quantitative data strongly favors the Lynx. However, when we overlay the qualitative insights, particularly the Lynx struggles to cover large spreads against the Sky previously, and the Sky's potential to stay competitive with Reese's interior presence and recent hot shooting from Rebecca Allen, it leans me towards the home team against this significant number in the spread. So I'm going to be taking the Sky at 12.5 points against the spread. Probably. The over-under is set at 150.5 points. The last time these two teams met, the final score totaled 155 points, which is a tiny bit above this line. While the Lynx boast the league's best defense, the Sky's tendency to foul a lot sends opponents to the line, and their strong offensive rebounding creates extra possessions. The Lynx's own efficient offense also contributes, so combining these factors, I kind of like the over at 150.5 points. As for the money line, my data says Lynx. The books say Lynx with a bit more enthusiasm, so I'm going to be taking the Lynx on the money line to follow my number, even though it's suboptimal. All right. Valkyries versus Aces. Valkyries are getting a danger pick on the money line with a 2.079 differential, implying a 55% chance for the Valkyries to win. The market and I don't agree. but kind of do. The Aces are the market's favorite, with a 1-point favorite and implying a 55% chance for the Aces to win. We at least agree the game is going to be dangerous for the money line, right? I mean, that's something. You got to start somewhere. The over-under for this game is set at 154.5 points. The Valkyries are a well-rested, well-rounded team. They are efficient by team metrics. The Aces, even with their home court adjustments, come in with a notably lower number in my data set. Valkyries are a surging team, riding a recent win, and their defense consistently holds opponents to lower scoring. They are also notably fully healthy. Let's not forget, the Valkyries absolutely mopped the court with the Aces earlier in the season. And that was when the Aces had their superstar playing. Now, for this game, she's questionable for today's game. In fact, I think I've seen some conflicting reports, so don't forget about that. Meanwhile, the Aces are in a performance slump. They've lost 2 straight and 3 of the last 4. The biggest headline here is the probable absence of Wilson. That's the reigning MVP and the engine of their team on both ends of the floor. Without her, the Aces are compromised in scoring, rebounding overall on defense. While players like Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray are talented, filling Wilson's void can be a challenge. All right, so considering both the quantitative edge for the Valkyries from my data and the overwhelming qualitative factors, like, the Valkyries are healthy, they previously dominated the Aces, now they're facing the Aces that are kind of struggling a little bit without their MVP, there's a strong signal here. The market having the Aces as a favorite seems to contradict the complete picture. Therefore, my against the spread pick is for the Valkyries getting the +1. All right, so to me, that is extra insurance against my own numbers. So moving to the over-under now at 154.5 points. While the previous matchup hit 163 points, the Valkyries possessed a pretty good defense. And both teams have shown lower scoring tendencies in recent games, with the Aces averaging only about 71, 72 points in their last 4 games. The significant offensive void that's going to be left by Wilson if she is not playing for Vegas, combined with Golden State's defense, sort of points towards a lower scoring game. So I am kind of leaning towards the under 154.5 points. As for the money line, my data says Valkyries. The books say Aces. This is a danger pick by my numbers, implying a no play for you, in my opinion. I'll take the Valkyries for my data tracking, but I don't really recommend it. All right, that's it, guys. Quick recap, Decent Eddie confident moneyline picks. We ain't got any of those today. Decent Eddie suboptimal moneyline picks. We have the Lynx. Danger moneyline picks. We have the Valkyries. For parlays, as you know, I will include confident picks and parlays. We don't have any by my data, but I will always endorse up to a 3-leg parlay with odds between -400 and -450. If you do that, your odds are going to stay at or above 50%. Regardless of what you choose, I never recommend more than a 3-leg parlay due to the risks of combined probabilities. And remember, don't spend 10% of your bankroll in total in a day. Never chase losses. And if you need help with a gambling problem, check out my channel's description. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. Hey, if you found this helpful at all, hit like, subscribe, tap the bell, leave a comment, get my picks before tip-off on the day of the game. Follow me on Decent Eddie Picks on Instagram. You can see me on Facebook. You can see me at X, Decent Eddie Picks with PIX at the back end. I'm on TikTok, decent.eddies.picks. I'll post updated team grades there, some last-minute thoughts if I have them. But let's see what happens tonight. I got to go dry my hair. This is Decent Eddie signing off. Have an awesome day.